Thomas Carroll here for AgainstSpiritualWickedness.com. I wanted to do a quick video for you while I'm up here exploring some tunnels in the egg zone, as it's called, here in Cusco, Peru. I wanted to talk about three things that a Christian needs to do to really grow as a Christian, to improve his spiritual life, get closer to God. Those three things are prayer, scripture, and fasting. According to the Bible, every human being has three parts to them. We have the spirit, the soul, which is commonly referred to as the mind, and we have the body. Now, I believe that we should work on each one of these three aspects of ourselves every day. And from a Christian's perspective, we should, for the spirit, we should pray every day. And for the soul or mind, we should read in the scriptures every single day. And then under the body, we should fast regularly, or do intermittent fasting even, every single day, and we should exercise. So with that in mind, what I do is usually in the mornings, sometimes it doesn't always work out to do it in the morning, but every single day I work on spirit, soul, and body without fail. So under the spirit, what I do is I will pray and I'll go over goals. Under the soul, I'll read in the scriptures and I'll memorize scripture. And then under the body, I focus on exercising strength and conditioning exercises. Throughout the day, I may pray again and continue to focus on goals and continue to memorize scripture. And I'll watch what I eat, eat mostly healthy foods and get some extra exercise in when I can. These three things are very important. When you look at the scriptures, the body exercise profiteth little, as Paul said, but what we need to do is fasting. That's something that you can do intermittent fasting, like not eat for like a 16-hour period or something like that every day, and that's very valuable. But besides that, sometimes we should do longer fasts for a couple of days or a week or 2 weeks for health benefits and spiritual benefits. When I'm not doing longer fasting, I will exercise. Well, even when I do longer fasting, I'll exercise, but it'll be very light exercises, like some breathing exercises, go for a walk or something like that. When I'm not doing long fasting, I usually do intermittent fasting, and then I'll do heavier exercise. And every day I'll read in the scriptures and pray without fail, as I've already talked about. So I'd suggest that you do these three things in the morning. I spend at least 2 hours in the morning every day on these three things. I'll spend 40 minutes under the spirit, 40 minutes under the soul, and then 40 minutes under the body. And then throughout the day, I'll do extra things under each one of these categories as best that I can. Now, I had the idea for dividing it up in equal segments of time from Stephen R. Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He has in there what's called sharpening the saw, but he breaks it down into 4 categories: spirit, mind, body, and relationships. But for me, if you're good with the spirit, you'll work your relationships right most of the time. And so I go with those 3 aspects based off the Bible. And although I spend at least 2 hours every day doing these 3 things, you don't have to do that, spend that much time. You might spend 20 minutes under each of the 3 things for a total hour. Or you might do 15 minutes under each one of these 3 things for 45 minutes. Then again, you could have maybe once in a while spend an hour under the spirit, an hour under the soul, and an hour under the body for a total of 3 hours. But I would suggest that however amount of time you want to spend on these things, that you do them every day without fail, make them a habit. You can start to make these a habit. Start it with just 5 minutes under the spirit, 5 minutes under the soul, 5 minutes under the body. So you can do, say, 5 minutes of prayer, and then right after that, read in the scriptures for 5 minutes, and right after that, do some physical exercise. It could be push-ups or burpees or squats or whatever you want, whatever your fitness level is. And as you do this every day, best to do it in the morning for most people, is to, as you do it every day, you build a habit of doing this, and then you can add on more time. After a week or so of doing it, you might add on 10 minutes to each segment for a total of 30 minutes a day, and so forth. This is very important to do. It's what the scriptures tell us to do. The Bible tells us to pray and to read the scriptures and to fast. This way we will grow as Christians, and personally this has helped me tremendously, not just in my Christian life, but in really every aspect of my life. So I encourage you to set up your own routine doing these 3 things, and God bless you.